Okay, so I tried to record this yesterday. So let's see. I'm actually going to turn the volume down a little bit. But I had some trouble with saving. So I'm going to play, I think, the most ridiculous game I own for my first video. So let's do this. So we're going to start a new game. So I'm going to put my name in here, which is Pendragon. That's why I called my channel Pendragon Plays, because that's actually my name. Also, if my voice sounds really weird, if you have seen videos on my other channel, it's because I'm losing my voice, but I wanted to do a video because I haven't done anything yet, and I wanted to get this on. Alright, so let's go. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up. Now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Okay, I'm gonna smack that clock because I hate this. Alright, there we go. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. What a name. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take this seriously, or you allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. Alright, I'm gonna daydream for a bit. It's here, finally. Your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Delicious. Just what you need to wake up with those taste buds. That actually looks really good, and I want one really bad. Yikes, you're in such a hurry. In fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets just as you arrive on time. Uh-oh. I mean, that's me anytime I go outside in the summer. The sun sees me and I just start to sweat. That's why I don't like the heat. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Miriam, good morning, Pendragon. Are you excited for the first day of our lives? Or the first day of the rest of our lives? That's pretty intense, Miriam. Actually, because I sure am excited. A little nervous, but a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast by myself, and well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in that food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Oh, look at her little tears. She's crying. Classic Miriam. Raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. That sounds like way too much pressure. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. Why was there a quicksand box when you were babies? Who was letting you play in quicksand? But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Why would you only have 3 days in a semester? That sounds like way too much pressure for anybody. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped the tooth practicing on a mannequin. Okay, but if you're gonna practice kissing, why would you use a mannequin? They're hard. Of course you would hurt yourself. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Now, I feel like we should pep talk her because changing the subject to school gossip sounds like you're being, what's it called? There's a word I'm thinking of. But anyway, I don't want to seem like I'm distracting her with something that might be petty versus actually worrying about how she's feeling. So I'm gonna pep talk her. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller? That's right. The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I'm trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. She told you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower, and the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating. You'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. She's still crying, this poor girl. As you tough Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bags. Yeah, sure. Can you believe I cut them myself? Absolutely. You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved mushroom spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey, it's Ashley. You're right. Our rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. I want to say Ashley because of the double A, but whatever. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. I definitely. Yesterday when I first recorded it, I thought some chicken shits. You leave Pendragon's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. Oh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley. Okay, well that answers your question. But she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone here knows what perfect shins looks like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight that you can see him partially working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, the rockin' glutes. Ahem, Van. You rang. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend the students. I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. Is there no, dress code at the school? You guys are gonna get, burnt. With the first day of school about to start, there's just no time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Shh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oh my god. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name was Pop. I was named after my papa. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it as Pop. Hi, Pop. I'm Pendragon. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium in front of class. Adorable. Look at his little glasses. No. Quiet down, everyone, he screams. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Okay. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. Oh my god. I'm chilly, someone close the window. And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him, If it isn't my favorite student, Harlan. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog. Before we can finish the sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders.
I am Systematic Android Network Diode Energy Rocket System, but you may call me Sanders.
A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks, and suddenly the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to beat across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. Odd. And this over here must be sweaty sweats a lot. I mean, okay. Maybe we should open that window back up before faucet melts. It smells into a puddle and evaporates entirely. I know they're really mean though, but that was really funny. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Pendragon sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Okay, so I turned to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before me, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. We broke this game. Boy howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. I'm gonna just linger on this image because it's just so funny. What is this? Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? I'm gonna take the handkerchief. Stretch out your hand, and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk in your chin. It's so beautiful. You hesitate. Oh my god, my heart. She press it to your face. But what you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has a natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. But, okay, so if I'm really sweaty, like, from, like, the heat and stuff, but then I rub myself with, like, a handkerchief that smells like chicken, wouldn't I just smell like sweaty chicken? Like, chicken that was, like, left out in the heat. Like, that's all I'm thinking about now. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be blood. Wait. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be adorable tiny food. Okay, so is the blood from, like, the things we're cooking, or is it our blood? I need to know. And when it is all said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's browsing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss quiet. Late to class is bad enough for interrupting my monologue. You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Look at this face! Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across the town with his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Pringles is referencing. There appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. This is just what I look like when I wake up in the morning and I'm trying to, like, process that I am conscious and have to, like, go do things. This is what I look like in my brain. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks into the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose in the air and takes a deep sniff. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by the fact that he's sitting on, like, a little column that has a chicken on it. I want this, like, as a decor for my desk or something. It's just so funny. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. How can you just smell how well I take care of myself? How do you smell my diet? I don't understand. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try to butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket for what kind. Beef treat, rubber ball, or a chicken snack. Okay, so my first instinct is always going to be the beef treat because our dog, like, we always give those kinds of treats to my dog, but considering the game, I'm going to go with chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes goes wide. I didn't think of it yet. This favorite. Well, I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with the coating of warm doggy drool. Gross. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned about the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors with them at all times. Settle down, young chefs, take your seat, and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey, Pendragon, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me, if you're interested. Two good options, but which will you choose? Okay. Well, the point of this game is to woo Colonel Sanders. But I don't want to make my best friend feel bad. But we're trying to win the game. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off the seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. How do you not bring pens, pencils, or books to your class? Why are you unprepared for class? That stresses me out. If I tell someone, do you have an eidetic memory? How else would this make sense? Why would you do this? I'm anxious on behalf of this completely fictional character. Why would you not have anything for class? Thank you for offering me this seat. I've only had two rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's, okay. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled in your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Fantastic. Yeah, it was about me. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. Is it only one question? Is that why it's incredibly short? If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? First of all, why would you ask me about trains and then not actually answer me about trains? It's so mean. That depends extremely. Looking at you, Pop, or doesn't matter at all. Extremely. That's right. Forced is to treat as chicken is to boring. Well, it's not a slam dunk or night vision goggles, so don't go together. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork is so tempting. A meat tenderizer or a spork? I'm gonna do spork. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Killer meat! The pancake that looks like a silly face. Okay, first of all, my actual answer to this is Moose Tracks ice cream. But I'm gonna say anything. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No. Yes. He's talking about he teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. Like, I want to hit no to see what it'll do, but I'm trying to get the game, so when I did that. That's right. Perfect score of 5 out of 5. Oh, I have to click that I have the perfect score? Okay. Now, be honest, did you cheat? No. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. The hearts are killing me every time because it looks like it's coming out of his butt. How diggity, Pendragon. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Heck yeah. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. Yeah, I would hope so. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Hi, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. No, this fork, I can't get a word in edgewise. Shh. Lunch. She said shh. In honor of our new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented. Or were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I have been developing a secret recipe for perfect fried chicken. But by my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper scribbling notes as fast as they can. That's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone is laughing at his sick bird. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley is prepared for a follow-up. She suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like, writing my diary. Dear diary, tonight I saw something beautiful. I know at that moment only the hands of a true gentleman with fried chicken so tender. Oh god. You see her body language change from glittering and gold to sweet and innocent as she rides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he's destined for his greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, fellow classmates, dig it. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Oh my god. This is so trippy. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Along with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. So I can focus my mind and meditate on this moment, trying to identify every flavor, savor the moment, and everything that tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart or swim towards the light. What a focus. Let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Pepper? Too obvious? Oregano? Basil? Maybe there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper, deeper. Yes, even deeper still, until you find it. Could it be redacted? You really did it. How bold, how adventurous to use redacted. You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors, because revelation alone is more than you can handle. You step out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, yet now you know. A mantle of responsibility rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one noticed that you've traveled through time and space. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. I guess I approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. She stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for something. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? His face. Haha, how bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. I love this chicken staff he has. I want this chicken staff for myself more than I have wanted anything in this game so far. I want that chicken staff. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. It's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got Moxie, I'll give you that. Who says Moxie? Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, then leans in. He feels warm breath as he whispers. Does his warm breath also smell like chicken, like his handkerchief? Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use redacted. It's something that my great-grandmother taught me. Redacted? Wow! I never would have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get something you searched. And redacted definitely isn't the flavor that you tasted before, so now you have You're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe, but you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared while everyone else is still in the cafeteria. You decide to go look for him. Find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at skill buildings. I think about how my story will continue out after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on the world. You can bet on that. Although together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality. Nag him to show your strength. Wow him with a big idea to add things up in. To add an additional ingredient to really spice things up, be modest and thoughtful. I'll do modest and thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed your food. There were those hearts again. Now you've got his attention. Our flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Pendragon. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to feel the same feeling about you. Nice. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. We step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven, all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans. You're going to earn your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. Okay, so I think that is where I'm going to stop for now, and I'll do the second part soon, because this game is so ridiculous. So I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. Leave any comments below about what you thought so far of the video, and if you're looking forward to the next part, because this is such a weird game, probably the weirdest one I've ever played. Alright, well, I hope you all have a good rest of whatever you're doing today, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!